Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amaria Fariha. Here I want to talking about a drama. It's the Lekit Balnce, played by Edward L. First is a plot. Round 1, first Friday night. The first act opened with 50 years old Agnes considering her sanity due to an argument between her and Charlie over dinner. Charlie entered and Agnes leaves Tobias and Charlie discussion a girl she and her friend are cheating on with Harry. The implication being that Clarice may be referring to herself. Agnes returned and Clary apologized, insisting she only behaved in such a way as a reaction to Agnes' personality. Agnes tells him that drink is selfish way of communication slow that Tobias shifts the topic of conversation to the old cat he once owned who stopped loving him. Tobias told the cat to me calm down. And then the couple's good friends, Harry and Edna, knock on the door and rush inside, trafficked by some unknown thing or even in their home. Agnes takes them or her adult doctor Julia's room to cool off. Next is Act 2, the second one, early Saturday night. In Act 2, Julia returned home, having discovered her fourth husband, and complains about Harry and Edna staying in her old room. In private, Julia and Agnes talk about Agnes' need to take control of the situation, and Agnes replied that there is a balance to be maintained. Harry and Edna come back and have fight with Julia, with Edna insisting that Julia should grow up, and Julia telling them they are just ghosts. Harry avoids the conversation and starts prepping drinks, but Julia blocks his way, screaming that he wants her drink cigars. Act 2, Scan 1, 2, that night. Agnes and Clary talk about Agnes and Tobias' lesson. Teddy. Agnes asks Clary if Tobias cheated on her that summary, and Clary says, "Yes, me, sis." Julia returns to the room with the gun, handing Harry and Edna away. Edna said she and Harry deserved to be there, and they would stay forever if need be. Tobias managed to remove the gun from Julia, and the group falls asleep. And then round 3, Sunday morning, Act 3, open the next morning. Tobias makes cocktail after the sleep night. Agnes joins him and tells him he was comforted by his parents in their room last night, as he hasn't slept there since their son died. He asks Tobias what he will decide about Edna and Harry, and he's refused to consider the matter. After discussion about among everyone in the house, saving Harry and Agnes, Harry takes Tobias aside and tells him he'd rather they not stay. Harry admits he and Edna probably would let Tobias and Agnes stay with them if the situation was reversed. Harry and Edna pack their suitcase back to their car, and Agnes tells Edna it's all too late at last. And then the setting is the other drama takes place in the room, the living room of a large, well-appointed suburban house. In the room, there is a bar which is a wall stocked with liquid bottles. The theming changes from Friday afternoon, Saturday night. Then the same Saturday, finally to Sunday morning, but the agreement remains the same. This one room becomes the focal point of a house, where all characters can meet to debate or argument of spotting in the other room of the house. The character there is Agnes. Agnes, a handsome wife and mother in her late 50s. haunted by possibility of long her mind, which she defined as a kind of profession in which she will become a strength to the world. She strives to maintain order, a fragrance balance. In her work, she handled her husband's emotional withdrawal and her sister Sam by taking verbal intensive to access and control them. He realized that his grip on reality developed more of than he wanted to admit, and that scared him. Tobias, her husband, is several years older. That despite the emotional close mean he covered up his defects, filled with a mess of self-control and calm, and suppressed them with alcohol, focused by Agnes to make a decision about whether Harry and Edna will stay. She is desperate to try to be honest about her true feeling, not only but them but also about her own family. She has a historical fear of die and is alone, and this allows her to tolerate the demands of her family. Clary, Agnes' alcoholic sister, cold, ungrateful, and what Agnes heard, he is the most honest person in family. She doesn't hide for her feeling or dark side. He used his strength to annoy and humiliate Agnes to comfort Tobias, with whom he may be having an affair, to stop Julia's parents and showing his nose to the public. He started but took against Congress. The next, Julia. Julia Agnes Tobias, 36 years old doctor, recently separated from her fourth husband, returning home feeling felt and raw emotion. She is like the younger version of Clary, who she deeply admired the love seen in her childhood room, which symbolizes order in her chaotic emotional life. The fact that it was a copy by her group parents caused her become hysterical. He realized that his arrival would recommend a change in the alliance that leaving Agnes, Tobias, and Clary in an uncomfortable triangle. Harry, Harry is Edna's husband and Tobias' best friend. At the one point in the past, Harry and Tobias considerately had experimental affair with the same young woman, although the two have become businessmen and meet at the same club. It is unclear what else Harry and Tobias have in common except they have known each other for a long time and have never slept with his wife. Harry is a reflection of Tobias, but he's even more reset of all the characters in the play. Harry spoke the less. Edna. Edna, a close friend of Agnes and Tobias, and Julia, good parents. Affair of intimate terror, they are introduced in the household. Like the plague, their fear is contagious, each character telling his personal suffering into it. The woman at home wanted them to leave. Tobias begged them to stay. Abandoning their choice, they forced the family to face and admit their personal fear. Terrorism, external in nature, glimpsing of time travel, die, and alienation. This next is theme. There is a loss. The theme is loss is also woven through the drama. Agnes opened the play by mentioning that she might have gone crazy. Agnes carefully guards Balnce is in jeopardy as unwanted guests flood the house. Agnes and Harry have lost a son in their intimacy. Julia has lost a brother and four married in the room, which may have been a symbolic her childhood. Thank you. That's all, I think. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.